Hey there, sports fans. How are we doing? I'm very well, thank you. Welcome to 10 Yards Back with this, my prediction video for round 3 of the Betfred Super League. So in these prediction videos, I'm going to highlight my top game of each day of the weekend and give you my thoughts, musings, ideas on how I think the team should be selected, how I think they're going to play, and ultimately what I think the score is going to be. I'm going to go to the MKM Stadium for my pick of Friday. When I first saw this lineup, this game on Friday, I had York taking this by a considerable margin. Hull FC have they're plagued by injuries at the minute. I don't quite understand why so many teams have got so many injury crises just coming into the season. But if we look at how each are performing, they've both won one apiece. So they're not really in the danger zone yet. I mean, maybe after the weekend, one of them will be. Kind of down the middle, really, in terms of meters and tackles. Hull FC just kind of pipping them there with that really fast-paced game against Bradford. The injuries, though. Now, if we look at the team now. They lost Will Price last week, Hull FC did. But this week, they've gained back Zack, Hardaker and John Asiata. And for me, that is huge in their favour. And I don't want to say it's a good thing that Price isn't there, but reintroducing someone who's a ball player in the way that Asiata is with Price out the back could have been a little bit of a standoff introduction. Having Hardaker, I'm assuming Hardaker's going to play fullback here, which is where he's best, in my opinion. Because let's be honest, he's played every other position. He had a prop last year or something. I think that having Hardaker at the back, safe pair of hands, or an attacking threat if you want him to be, coupled with the Asiata return. Those centres, Arthur Romano and Davy Litton, are doing absolute work. I just think they're going to overwhelm York. Now is the time for Hull FC to really start putting things together. Price is out for the year. Ignore him. Start building your season right now against York. Now, you can't discount York, and there's a reason for that. The reason is that at this point in the season, week 3, York are relying, I think, heavily on the element of surprise. They surprised Hull KR in the first round, taking that victory. I think they even surprised Leeds a little bit last week. I think, or what was it, 46-10? I think even that for Leeds was probably a little bit surprising. But York have this deal at the minute, and it's perfectly legal. No one's breaking any rules here. They've got an agreement with Newcastle Thunder where they can basically freely swap players indefinitely. So back and forth, they can loan players to Newcastle. Newcastle can loan players to them. Now, I'm guessing this is always the case. If you set up like a sister club or whatever, a feeder club, I'm guessing that's always the case. It's just that usually, if you've got Saints paired with Halifax haven't always got loads to offer Saints. Whereas Newcastle and York, they're, both kind of pseudo-championship clubs at the minute still. So the level and the game plans, the strategy, the culture around those clubs is probably similar enough for that connection to be meaningful. So I'm calling this the vitality clause that York have got. They can just, if someone isn't working, if someone gets injured, they can just pluck a player straight from Newcastle Thunder, and they're full of beans, good to go, looking to prove themselves in Super League. And that element of surprise might just be enough to score them a few points. Not enough points, though, to overcome that Hardaker, Asiata introduction. I think the team's going to be bolstered here. I've got 26-10 to the home team, to Hull FC. Again, happy to be wrong on that one if York can pull something off. But I just think that with Hull's defensive prowess that they've always had, the real gutsy culture, coupled with that ball playing threat in the middle, I just think Hull FC are going to take Friday night's game.